here with my very first guest. His name is Zak Corbridge. Zak, hi, how are you doing?
I'm super.
And the reason I say my very first guest is because of the fact that I'm going to be starting asking people questions about what the world we live in, as well as how we're fascinated by it and why that it is. That's something that I like about myself. So Zak, first tell me where you're from, where you live.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Now, we're going to go back pretty much to the time when you were like a kid, like in the 80s and the 90s. So explain what you did as a kid. This is basically, besides doing school, and what you did after school and on weekends and such.
Got into mischief. Well, I guess it depends on what time in my life. I mean, there was lots of hobbies and lots of things that I'd like to do. But you know, I was an ordinary kid, so it was get on my bikes with a bunch of friends and go explore and go swimming and yeah, pretty normal small town kid stuff.
And were you bullied, or did you witness anyone being bullied, or what happened?
Yeah, I've witnessed that. I think I definitely saw that as in elementary school. And I think I lived in Chile when I was a teenager. I think there were moments there where I was a minority in my beliefs, and people may have said some things. But yeah, so I guess I've seen it and maybe felt it a little bit in that sense.
Okay. And basically just a quick question. I like knowing how people know what autism is. How did you come about knowing what autism was?
Probably just kids in as early as elementary school, kids that had autism, and I tried to make an effort to spend time with them and get to know them. I was curious at first. I didn't understand it completely, but once I understood it, I realized they were just like me.
And that's what made me do this, and I asked myself, why what we do in the world as far as like disabilities and handicaps, like showing people on TV, and that made me think about why we in general have television, the internet, sports, films, music, public locations, resources. Basically what that's made me is what we see in this world, like in culture, like television, films, music, sports, internet, travel, public locations. And I ask myself, why are we fascinated by these kind of things?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of progress, a lot of development, and it's fascinating to see how far we've come. There's been a lot of evolution in those types of things, and it's pretty amazing what man has developed.
Now, what do you think your way of explaining evolution, and how does that come?
God created all of us, but there's still change that takes place, and there's still science exists with the idea of an intelligence behind it. And so science has led to developments and changes and I guess you could say progress just in nature.
And you were involved in television, weren't you, at one point?
Not a whole lot of television. Worked a little bit in like student films and independent films and yeah, school related things.
Explain your occupation.
My occupation is I'm an area manager for a mid-sized company based in Utah, and I oversee their operations and sales in Puerto Rico. And
who and what inspired you to do that?
I guess I was looking for Disney on one of their strategy teams and wanted to take that experience and turn it into do something a little bit more entrepreneurial, a little more adventurous.
But for Disney, what exactly did you do with their end?
I was on the strategy team. We would work on pricing for the parks and resorts, and we would look at new scenarios and new things we could introduce in the parks and decide what would be profitable.
And I think it was very expensive to do, right?
Yes.
What advice would you give someone who is getting into your field of walk of life and what you do?
To be outgoing and be ambitious willing to take some risks and go after, not being afraid to go after what you want to do.
What do you think makes you have a positive life?
I think having truth in my life and kind of knowing why I'm here and why I do what I do and sort of the meaning behind that.
If there was a book written about you, what would it be about?
If there was a book written about me, I think it would just be about, that's a tough question. It would be about my life. So I think there would be a lot of variety in it. I think there would be a lot of different chapters that are very different from one another. I had a lot of different phases in my life, a lot of different experiences, and I think that 40 years from now that will still be the case. And so the adventures and ups and downs and things I've learned and failures and successes.
Lastly, how would you like to be remembered?
Had a positive influence on people. I'd like people to be able to say nice things about on my gravestone. Being the type of person that can recognize when there's someone in need and being able to go to them and help them in whatever capacity.
That's exactly what I like to see. That's exactly what I like to hear. Everything that you said fascinates me. And you know, you can see more of this every now and then. So, Zach, anything you'd like to plug out, anything? Or
Fantastic interview.
Thank you.
Watch Timmy's World.
Yes.
It airs weekly.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes.
9/7 Central, 6 Eastern.
Just remember this particular line: you are you, and I am me. Together we can make a difference. Until then, John Toomey saying peace and bye.
Stay classy, San Diego.